Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Ninja Kamui episode 13. This is the finale of the season and the series, probably, it feels like. I don't think there's any more after this. Um, Before I go into spoilers, let me tell you, this was a really fun and entertaining season. I think it had some places where I think it could have been a little bit better. Some of the some of the storyline, especially the FBI stuff, could have been a little bit better. It was just not something I was very interested in. It felt like a lot of these characters were kind of just there because we needed bodies to help out Higan in his mission. But they were very one dimensional characters, right? Mike is just like the dutiful cop. Like Emma, at least we had some really interest. Like there was some really interesting twists and turns. Then we also introduced Jason, who was this other hacker that was only really brought in because Emma was going to go away. I believe his name is Jason. I don't really know. Also, some of the villains, once again, very one-dimensional. Like Joseph's just a psychopath. That out of everybody that was at the table, even Yamai doesn't have a lot. You don't really get to know a lot about Yamai and his motivations, other than he's trying to continue his duty. So but overall, I really enjoy the season. I think it has some really great fights, really cool character designs. Higan is definitely a cool character, and his relationship with both his late wife and, of course, Zai just really makes everything kind of worth getting through. So I'm gonna get into spoilers. If you haven't seen this, go check it out. You can probably find it on definitely on Max. I don't know if you can stream it on the Adult Swim website. Sometimes they let you do that for like the some of the latest episodes. So we kick off with Mike apprehending Joseph, and he just appears to kill him. I really thought he was going to kill him. We'll talk more about that when we get closer to the end. We cut over to Higan, who's gonna finally begin his fight with Yamai. So Yamai defeated, he killed Dilly. In the last episode, we get to see a little bit of remnants of that. But they go all out. They both have on these like very similar Kamui's. Yamaji's is white or silver. And then, of course, we've seen Higan's before. Uh, Yamaji has clearly the upper hand throughout this whole fight. He's just more experienced, more. I don't know. I don't know. There's something missing in Higan's fighting that we'll get to in a minute. But Sai does show up to help. I really just love the relationship between them. Obviously, it's a very common anime trope, right? But I knew that was going to happen. I knew after the way that the fight ended with both of them in the last few episodes that he was going to come help. So I was definitely not surprised, but I was not surprised by it happening, but it was still really cool to see when it happened. Um, we continue the fight until the moment where Higan's going to receive like this final death blow because Yamaji still has the advantage, even though there's 2-on-1. His abilities are just too powerful. So he's going to deliver a deadly blow, or what it seems like to be a deadly blow on Higan. Uh, and then Sai steps in. He loses his arm. Like he takes the damage. He loses even in the Kamui. Whatever Yamaji did was so strong that he lost, like he cut off his arm, which was pretty gnarly to see on the screen, because it's a juxtaposition of Higan being in his mind and then versus what's really happening. It almost felt like it was a dream dimension that he was thinking of all this happening to him while his body was experiencing something different on the outside. Um, I need to rewatch this to really fully understand the extent of their abilities. I'm not very clear on everything because then uh, Higan recalls the words of his wife, right? That he has to be as hot as ice and as cold as fire, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But he gains a new power. Zai exclaims that's his secret ability. So how is he using another ability from someone else? Is that his secret art? It's like I said, I'm still kind of unclear about it, but it was still very cool to see. He uses his new power to defeat Yamai. Um, in a really cool fashion too. Like he delivers a kind of a death blow, and he blows off part of his mask. So even though Yamai is still in the Kamui, like his mask is still out. And then we cut over to Mike and the FBI arresting Joseph. We see that Mike only shot close to his face. He didn't really shoot him because you heard a gunshot, which I'm like, how is Joseph's like not deaf at the moment, right? Because he shot a gun right next to him. But uh, either way, that kind of brings us everything to the finale, right? We see one last scene of Higan and Zai uh, together, and they seem to be going on a new mission now that the ninja clan has been taken down. The ninja world's been kind of upended. They now just can live and do, do what they think should be right or should be done. So overall, really enjoy this. 13 episodes, really nice and neat. Very quickly, you can get through this anime. And once again, the score looks really like it. Just sounds very cool. Like I love all the alternative rock type of songs that they throw in there, especially during the battle scenes. I like when they do that. Usually animes in the 90s used to do this kind of stuff, but also whenever you do like an anime films like Dragon Ball or Naruto, they'll have actual songs for a soundtrack, right? Whereas sometimes in the series themselves, they don't really license songs. So yeah, really enjoy this. The animation looked great all throughout. I got used to that whole kind of like half CGI for the Kamui and some of the effects. I think I'm getting a little bit more um, comfortable with the mixed type of animation where for the most part it looks like the traditional hand drawn 2D animation. Obviously not a lot of it's not hand drawn anymore, um, but then we also have that mix of some of those CGI computer things coming in. So I know sound like a very old man trying to explain the animation style, but yeah, really enjoy this. So if you've seen Ninja Kamui, let me know what you thought about the series down in the comments. Recommend something else because now I have an open slot. Now that this is over, although is a My Hero just started, but I'm gonna wait for the dub. Also, the first few episodes are just recaps of the previous season. It's a whole thing. You guys know how it is. If you watch anime, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.